the impact of that small scope is amplified by having the scale of Wayfair. For the past 10 years, I've been working in Scandinavian startup called Boost, and we've been building fashion platform there. And when I started, it was a very small company, approximately 20 to 30 people. And we started with, building everything in-house. So we started with small 4 or 5 people team, and then grew that to almost 100 people engineering team, now span over 4 different countries. But during last year, I think something changed, and I thought, okay, 10 years passed, I need to change something a little bit. And by the same time, Wayfair reached out that they were looking for some senior engineering leaders, and I talked with some people here in the company, and I really like the people here. So, it seems like a lot of new great talent came into the company in recent years, so that's what caught my attention, and I really wanted to get new experiences. And I was afraid a lot about having much lower scope compared to where I was before. Obviously, a big company is completely different, so it's very big engineering organization, a lot of different reporting lines and complicated flows. On top of that was also the scope, where when I was offered the position, it was specific area, just carrier world and EU growth, the part of the supply chain. So that got my attention, because I believe that even though the domain itself wasn't maybe the biggest one, and there was no infrastructure work because that's separated in Wayfair, I still thought that Europe growth in Wayfair is one of the most important parts of the work. So it should be definitely interesting. And when I joined, I wasn't disappointed. I think it's always an underestimation from the perspective of everyone, where you say when you're joining a big company, you get a small scope and you just focus on this one thing. I believe that, yes, that's kind of true, but the impact of that small scope is amplified by having the scale of Wayfair. So let's say when you say, oh, I'm responsible for carrier integrations, that for a smaller company might not sound impressive, because maybe they're working with 1 or 2 carriers. But in Wayfair scale, we're talking about 200-300 carriers. So it's a completely different scale, completely different platform. This is definitely where, when you join enterprise, you really need to find these enterprisey things and say, okay, this doesn't make sense. We should not go through 4 different approvals to get things done, and let's just fix it. So I think that's one of the main changes, is not to be afraid to be hit by a wall of some kind of rules or processes, and just drive through them.